Pulse 95. Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Notes from the Emirate indeed. The Sharjah Children's Reading Festival is here to thrill, educate and entertain the children and the young ones and the adults as well, of all ages. And today we've got a very special program lined up as well. A couple of book launches, couple of new announcements are to be made. How about we start talking about a new children's activity book for the lead up of the Expo 2020. So that gives the young ones to get involved with connecting minds and creating the future. To talk to us about this, we've got the International Publishers Director from Austin, Macauley in the United Arab Emirates, and it is Jade Robertson. A very good morning to you, Jade.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Well, we're looking forward to the Sharjah Children's Reading Festival's second day, and you're there bright and early at the Expo Centre. What's there to expect from the new launch that your team have got?
Okay, so we are launching the book today, and we'll be launching it at 6:45 p.m. later on at Sharjah Expo at our stand. It's in Hall 3, A17. We have the mascots, so we have Latifa and Rashid actually making an appearance. They'll be at the stands as well. And we will have, like an activity which is based around the theme of the book. The book focuses on sustainability, opportunity and mobility, which are the three pillars behind Expo 2020. So the book has around 50 activities, games and puzzles and colouring pages, and it's like active learning. So it takes them on a journey through the Expo 2020, and it teaches them, how to help save the earth, how to use less water. It teaches them about technology. It teaches them more about the history of Expo 2020 and what it wants to achieve, and a little bit as well about Rashid and Latifa, because they are important, along with Alif, Opti, as well, the other mascot. So it's very fun, and it's something for ages 6 to 9, but it's something that all the family can do together.
So Jade, how will it be available for the general public to use?
So they can either visit our stands and buy it from us directly, or they can buy it from Austin Macaulay's website. It will be in the bookstores from next week, so they can buy it from Kinakonya. It'll be in Jashamal. It'll be in the Enoch stands as well, where the Expo products are. And it'll be in various other locations across the UAE as we get closer to the event. But yeah, it will be available, and it's easy to buy online on our website as well, which is austinmacaulay.ae. And it's next day delivery.
And what led you to decide to launch it at the Sharjah Children's Reading Festival?
Well, I think it's very important for the children, this event. Unfortunately, we didn't have it last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic that we was in. So we thought that we should mark this, event, and we're glad that we can be a part of it and that these events can go ahead. It's really important for the reading community and the children. And we thought that it would be, something nice that they can get involved. It's interactive, they can do an activity, the mascots are there. And they can be involved in that atmosphere. It's being at the book fair is electrifying. It's really good for the children, and it would ignite their interest as well in other books and other aspects of the book fair.
Hey Jade, I got to talk to you during the Sharjah International Book Fair, and we spoke about the publishing climate in light of COVID-19. What's changed since? What's it like having another major publishing event like the Sharjah Children's Reading Festival for you as a publisher?
Well, I think a lot's changed since last year. Obviously, the restrictions have eased significantly, although we still have some elements that we have to abide by. But I think things are changing. People are adapting more to this climate. People are more acceptable to going out to such events like the Sharjah Children's Reading Festival. So I think we'll have quite a promising turnout, and there'll be a lot of families and children that will attend, which is very good.
And can you talk to us about the direction that children's literature is also taking? In this particular event, we've seen a lot of interactive stuff, games, activities, a lot of focus on AI and tech as well. Are you incorporating those elements in the works that you publish? If you could talk about how children's literature is sort of moving in a particular direction now.
It is changing, and I think, we can't ignore that. I mean, something that we're looking at the moment is the read-along books. just because children are more into this AI technology and more interactive. I think just having a static ebook for them to read is not very engaging for them anymore. They want something that's more interactive. So we're looking at what elements we can bring into that and how we can, interest the children more in our books through, these read-alongs, or whether it's interactive, a video, with voiceovers with the book or something. So we are looking into that. And I think a lot of publishers are as well. It's something you can't ignore now. There's more attention on the online more than ever, especially since the pandemic.
I'm going to touch upon the activities in the new book that you've got launched at 6:45 p.m. at the Expo Centre, Sharjah, later tonight. Are these ones that the adults can get involved as well? Are they? And how important are these activities in general development and the bond between the parents and the young ones?
Well, I think it's important. Like, for example, we've got one activity, and it just, there's various flags for the countries, because obviously there's, I think more than 60 countries participating in Expo. So it's teaching children about different countries. It's teaching them how to say hello in different languages. It's teaching them more about what they can do to the environment. It's teaching them more about artificial intelligence, because, what can robots do, like things like that. So it gets them thinking, and it's something they can do with the parents as well. And it's more like a problem-solving teamwork kind of book. And even, for example, if they don't get the opportunity to go to Expo, they feel like they're connected with what the messaging is and what is behind it. So that's why we're planning to sell it abroad as well, just so that they understand the messaging and what the pillars are behind Expo 2020 Dubai.
Amazing. Well, Jade, now you're a frequent visitor to the Expo Centre with the variety of events that take place there, especially when it comes to the book fair as well. What would you say to the listeners who are tuning in at the moment and are thinking about visiting? Why should they attend the Children's Reading Festival?
Well, I think every year there's something new. So even if you've been before, don't think it's going to be the same, because they're always coming up with new ideas. And you touched on as well, it's a lot more interactive this year. There's a lot of different events going on for the children, and there's a lot of new books as well. So I think that we should, as parents, or as a reading community, it's important to get the children interested from a young age in books, because that's something that sticks with them, throughout the rest of their life and throughout, as they develop into adulthood. So it's important to come. It's also good to be in touch with, the community as well, and to be a part of these activities that they're running.
Amazing. Well, we're definitely looking forward to meeting Latif and Rashid later today as well. Thank you for joining us, Jade, this morning. I know you've got a very busy day ahead, and we look forward to catching up at the Pulse 95 stands in the Expo Centre.
You're welcome. I did forget one thing. You can get a picture of Rashid and Latifa as well, so the children can get that to take away with them.
Brilliant. Perfect.
Abdul Karim wants that really bad.
He really does.
It's for him.
Yeah.
I'll be the front of the queue, to be honest. 6:45.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to catching up with you. That was Jade Robertson, the International Publishers Director from the Expo Centre, speaking to us about the new book they've launched, and she is the International Publishers Director at Austin, Macauley UAE, as they've now got the new Expo 2020 activity book. It gets launched tonight, 6:45 p.m. And you might see me at the front of the queue at 6:40 p.m. with Latifa and Rashid as well. Stay tuned. This is the Morning Majlis, only on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.
Pulse.